This book made me realize something that honestly kind of embarrassed me. We spend so much energy trying to test people, putting them in awkward situations just to see who they really are. Kate Murphy's "You Are Not Listening" proves that's completely unnecessary. People are already telling you the truth. You've just never been taught how to hear it. That reminded me of a conversation I had with a friend who was about to get married. An older family member asked her, "Are you sure? Have you seen him in every possible situation? How he acts under pressure, disappointment, success, failure?" She smiled and said, "No, I just asked him." At first, that answer sounded naive to me. After reading this book, I think she may have understood something that the rest of us miss. Here's the pattern. You want to know if a new partner is trustworthy or if a friend is really loyal, so you engineer a little scenario, pick a fight, create pressure, watch how the other person reacts under stress. It feels smart, strategic even. But Murphy's research points somewhere else entirely. Most of us aren't actually bad at reading people. We are bad at listening to them. We are too busy composing our next sentence or waiting for our turn to talk and fill the gaps by rehearsing our own comeback. The good listeners fills their time with attention. So the traps aren't necessary. The truth was never hidden, it was just talked over. I've noticed that when someone says something slightly dishonest or slightly self-serving, they almost never leave it clean. They add a bit cushion. Think about someone who has anger issues more than they'd like to admit. Ask them directly and you rarely get a flat no. You get a "no, not really, people are really annoying sometimes." That extra sentence isn't random. It's the ego quietly defending itself. And in doing that, it hands you the real answer. Murphy's books back this up with something researchers call conversational sensitivity. The ability to notice not just what someone says, but the tone underneath it, the truth leaking, the thing they downplay, the topic they suddenly linger on. People with this skill aren't mind readers. They are just paying attention to the seams. You don't need a trap for that. You need silence and a willingness to actually hear the cushion when it shows up. Here's a surprising one. Murphy interviewed an FBI hostage negotiator, and his method wasn't pressure. It was genuine curiosity. He built his listening muscle by chatting with people just to understand their stories, even agreeing with them here and there. That habit is what let him build trust with people in the highest stake conversation imaginable. Compare that to the test them under stress approach. That's not curiosity, that's interrogation wearing a friendly mask. And people can feel the difference immediately. The moment someone senses they are being tested, their guard goes up and the ego stops leaking anything useful. It switches into full defense mode. Ironically, the trap destroys the exact thing it was trying to catch. Real curiosity with a sense of being secure lowers everyone's guard. It is the only condition under which the truth actually surfaces on its own. There's an interesting scene from Nightmare Alley that I've never forgotten. A woman offers a man a drink. Instead of simply saying "no, thank you," he says, "I never drink alcohol." She immediately pauses and asks, "Why did you say never?" It seems like such an insignificant and unnecessary word, but as the conversation unfolds, she uncovers his whole painful family history with alcoholism and realizes that his fear of becoming like them has shaped his entire life. All of that was hiding behind one extra word. Most people, if you ask them something directly and then actually shut up and listen to the full answer, hedges, excuses, tone, and all, will tell you what you need to know. No crisis required. The last piece is the hardest one. Murphy talks about a concept called negative capability, the ability to sit with contradiction instead of demanding a tidy answer immediately. Good listeners don't need someone to be fully good or fully bad in one conversation. They can hold the complicated, unfinished picture without rushing to close it. That's actually the opposite of the test them mindset, which wants a clean verdict fast. Pass or fail, trustworthy or not. Real people don't resolve that quickly. But if you can sit in that uncertainty and keep listening over time, the picture completes itself. No lab conditions needed. So here's the shift. Stop treating relationships like an experiment where you need a controlled variable and a stress test. You already have access to a better instrument. It's called a real conversation. Every excuse someone adds, every topic they linger on, every subject they go quiet about is data. Not because they are bad at hiding things, but because the ego can't help but explain itself. The undergrade isn't ask a smarter question. It's listen past the first sentence. That's where the cushion lives. That's where the truth is sitting, waiting for someone patient enough to actually hear it. You don't need to manufacture someone's worst moment to know their character. You just need to give them enough quiet space to finish their sentence. Now, before you go, I'm curious, what's one sentence someone said that completely changed the way you saw them? I would genuinely love to read your real experience in the comments. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!